There's a gen here. But again, there might be a gen here, but I'm not gonna do it until I know where the pallet is. There's no pallet here because it's a T wall. I'm not doing it. I'm doing this one instead. Because the pallet is here. See? I'm right next to the pallet. Safe. Oh! Oh, you saw that? You see? That's super important. Like, if I was on the other gen, I wouldn't have been able to escape that. Okay, so let's assume this situation here. So what ends up happening very often is like a killer goes to a gen and there's two people there. And he chases one of them. So suppose he chases Ash. Okay. So what ends up happening often when I play with people that like to hide is, suppose you're Dwight, okay? So you may feel like you want to stay near because Ash is probably going to go down, get hooked here. Maybe you're thinking about finishing the gen, maybe if Ash somehow can get far from this so you can finish the gen alone. And you're hoping the killer doesn't know you're there. So, suppose the killer, catches up with Ash and hooks him. Okay, so now we need to evaluate two options that you have. Suppose Ash gets hooked. He is on the hook. Maybe he's not that. He's hooked. Right there. He is hooked. And the killer is right here. Okay. So again, what a lot of people do now is they hide nearby to get ready for the unhook, or they want to continue the gen. What I'm proposing to you guys is just run far. Okay. Whenever you see the killer about to hook someone, just go as far as possible away from them. So my suggestion is, if you're Dwight, you just go super far, like all the way over here. Maybe if you're lucky, maybe you know where the two people are and you go there. But sometimes, again, you don't want to go where everyone is. If the killer comes here, he's going to disrupt everyone. So you go far here. Okay. Let's go through 3 possible decisions that the killer may take and why this approach is better. Okay. So 3 things that the killer may do is this. 1, he camps. Oops. Yeah. 1 is he camps. 2, he searches for you and he finds you, and he catches you or something, finds you. And 3, he goes for the other 2. He leaves, but he doesn't find you. He goes for the other guys. Okay. So, and what are we comparing? We're comparing stay near versus run far, right? So we're comparing stay near, hide near versus run far. Okay. So if the killer camps, what's better? Hiding or running? Hiding is definitely bad because you're waiting for him to leave so you can unhook, right? So you're essentially not doing anything. Well, I'm assuming you're not doing the gen, but if you do the gen, he'll chase you, right? So for the first choice of the killer, if he camps, that's just really bad. You're someone that is not doing anything, and well, the guy is dying here. So here, running away and going to do another gen far is a win, right? So for the first option where the killer decides to camp, running is good. Okay, you want to run. Yeah, welcome guys. Welcome to DBD DBD educational lesson number 1. Okay, you want to run. So that's the first option. It's crystal clear. If you hide, you're not doing anything if the killer camps. All right. So what if the killer finds you? Often it's not your fault. Like the killer often has a perk or a killer ability to just see people around him. That's very common. It's not your fault. Like sometimes you may be the best stealther and he just sees you. That happens to me too. I'm behind like a big rock and he just knows I'm there. It's because he has a perk, right? Okay. This is the worst case. Why? Because he finds you, he hooks you right here. There's 2 people hooked next to each other. There's a gen here. He camps everything. No worries, Ed. I'm gonna do a stream clip afterwards. I'll put a YouTube. Okay, this is the worst case. If you're hiding next to someone that's hooked and the killer finds you, the match is kind of done usually. We have lost a lot of matches because of this. So here, obviously, running is good because if you're not there and he finds you, yeah. So if you're there and you're like all the way over here, that's super good because if he finds you, well, he has to run all the way to here, and then meanwhile, one of the 2 people can decide to go for the unhook, right? And the killer is far from the person that's hooked too. What's good about this also is one of the 2 people here can decide who's the best to go unhook. Maybe one of them is injured, so that person won't go, right? Or someone has a toolkit, like a repair toolkit. They want to stay on the gen, so this person goes instead, stuff like that. Or they might have, well, make it. You know, they heal faster when they unhook someone, something like that. So that leaves the choice up to them. So that's super good. So in this case, running is also good, right? Running is good too. So this leaves the only third option where if the killer ignores you or doesn't know you're there, is it good to hide? Well, you have to think, what do you gain, right? You gain a fast unhook and maybe a fast heal, and the killer, whoops, and the killer goes somewhere else, right? So that's kind of what you gain. It's not too good because the killer might also bump into a gen that has 2 people, so it's worse than if he came to you and you're alone. Or he might notice the unhook just happened and then he'll double back, right? Because he knows exactly where the hook was, versus he might not know where the other people are. So a smart killer may come back and tunnel the person that was just unhooked. While if you run, you get 3 people on a gen. So you get you on a gen, 2 people on a gen for like some time, and then you can decide like, okay, is the killer going for you? Then just loop around here. Someone goes for the unhook, or he goes here. Then you go for the unhook. Super easy decision. So even here, running is a win, basically. And I shall demonstrate this. All right. Well, the gist of all of this is you always run. You never hide, basically. The only time that I'm hiding, it's really rare that I'm hiding. Like, I'm hiding if I'm trying to open an exit gate and the killer is coming, something like that. Yeah, it's hide versus run. 99% of the time, running away from the killer is the right choice. So it's not just about unhooking. It's just, if you think that it's a situation where you should hide, just run, actually. Just run. And it's even more important if the killer is near you. Okay? Just run. That's what I'm saying. Just run. You want to maximize the time that you're in a gen. So there's a lot of benefits that you gain from this that I don't mention. So here, if the killer comes here and you book it for another gen, you have three people doing gens versus 2 people on gens and 1 is hiding. Hiding has no immediate benefit other than like you might survive longer, but in the long term, 3 people on gens benefits the team more and your own survival more. Okay, so bottom line is you always run 99% of the time. I'll showcase this now, right? Okay, let's go. Here, wire tap is super good again because there's a wall that kind of blocking my vision, but it's a clown. Okay, I don't know why this guy is hiding. Like, don't do that. If the clown bumps into him, that's just. And yeah, see, he's chased now. Like the time you spent trying to hide, you could have been like me, like just running away. Go far. I said you just book it as far as possible. Like here. Yep. This guy needs to follow my guy. I think he sees me. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, what is this window? It's such a trap. Oh god. What? Oh my god, it worked. It worked. It worked. Alright, let's go far. Oh my god. I don't know what's happening, but we're winning a lot of time right now. There's a pallet here. Again, I'm gonna go to the corner where I know that the gens are done. If the killer follows me to here, it's a big waste of time for him. Because the gens to do are on the other side, and he does not follow me. See that? Oh, bye.